One other piece of the wheel line that we want to look at is the sprinkler head and how it can attach. The norm is the outlet on the coupler is a 1-inch base. Most oftentimes we're going to use the 3/4 inch base 30 series. Occasionally we'll see a 40 series sprinkler put on these. And there's a new rotator that's starting to show up now also that's being applied. Well, with the 1-inch, we need to put a bushing into that unit and then mount the sprinkler head into the bushing. And then we nozzle it according to the flow rate that we're trying to apply to get the right precipitation rate for that particular field and that particular crop. And that has one little problem to it. You have to make sure that pipe is perfectly straight up and down. So if the pipe isn't quite straight, that sprinkler is going to be sitting at an angle. And when it sits at an angle like this, it's not going to have proper water pattern. It's going to be driving the water down in the ground there and shooting it straight up in the air up here. So if you're in really nice level ground and fields that don't have a lot of crop interference, you can keep the wheel lines pretty good straight up and down. And usually the first few pipes away from the mover stay nice and straight up and down. But as you get further out to the end of the mover, they tend to get tilted. So there is a device that we can put on this unit to make the sprinkler head always stay straight up and down. It's called a head leveler. And the head leveler is applied, so we have to get a far enough distance off of this unit, so we put a 6-inch, 1-inch nipple, and then we apply an L, 90-degree elbow. Inside that 90-degree elbow, we need that bushing. These would be, they're going to have some kind of lubricant on them and sealant so that they'll stay, and you never use pipe dope. So ideally, Teflon paste probably be the choice that I would use. Teflon paste for seating these. That'll keep them from leaking. It'll also thread them easily, and then they'll be removable after the fact. And again, you would do that to all of these pieces until we get to the sprinkler itself and the leveler. When we use the brass, and we don't need to do that. Now here's the head leveler, and it attached. I'll hold it up a minute first. The head leveler just happens to have a regular sprinkler bearing on a bent tube, and it's quite heavy. This is made out of a chunk of cast, and it's always seeks its point of least resistance, which is the lowest point in its swing. Gravity pulls it downward, and so as the unit turns, it always stays pointing that way. And the sprinkler head simply threads on it, and it's designed so that the arm just misses it, shoots over the top of it, and then it goes inside the nipple and 90-degree Allen bushing. And now we don't care. Whoa, hang in there. I'm gonna have to get it tight enough so it doesn't just spin all over the place. We'll just play with it a little bit. There, we'll get it tight enough. Line it up with the pipe so that as the pipe rolls, the head always stays level. We can have the pipe upside down. The head's going to be level. Not ideal, but it could be done because it's going to hit the pipe going each way. Plus, it might be down in the crop depending on how tall the crop is. But if the pipe's at an angle of 15, 20 degrees, see, the head always stays level. So it's always getting a full range in all 360 degrees like it's supposed to. So it's called a head leveler. And that's how that little guy operates. We can pass that around. It's not too terrible, nasty. Okay, are there any other questions about wheel lines? Okay, now we're going to shift gears totally on to the next product. Next product will be center pivots.